Hello again. In this second part of the class, we'll be dealing with pronouns. The name itself is already indicated. If you check the etymology, pronouns are words that are used instead of nouns. Pro means instead of, used instead of, in this case, nouns. So most pronouns replace full noun phrases. So we're going to be using pronouns not to use a determined noun phrase, and can be seen as economy devices. And this has to do with not repeating something. Okay, so whenever you have a noun phrase that you need to make reference to go back to again and again, sometimes your speech or your writing might sound repetitive. But thanks to pronouns, we are allowed to use other structures, not to sound so repetitive or monotonous. All right. So that's what pronouns are for, to replace nouns. Of course, they have uses of their own that cannot be performed by nouns, but we'll be dealing with uh, mainly the form in this case. Now, in your booklet, you might find a chart like this one. All right. Then I will give you the page. I don't know why it didn't include it. But a distinction that we usually make with pronouns is the number. Okay, it could be only one person, or in the case of I, one person singular. Okay, it could be plural. Okay, still first. This first makes reference to who's speaking. So I am speaking or we are speaking. It's making reference to the speaker and someone else. In the case of we, that's why it's plural. The second singular or the second plural is the same form. It's either you, okay? And we have no way of knowing if it's singular or plural other than by the context, okay? And then we have the third person singular whenever we are making reference to someone else that is not included in the speech, such as we, or is not the one directly addressed, such as in the case of you, but someone else we're talking about, which can either be singular with a distinction of gender, in this case, he for male entities, she for female entities, it a neutral gender, let's say, and then the third plural, which is they. All right, which doesn't distinguish, sorry, between either female or male. All right. Now, personal pronouns can be of two forms: nominative or accusative. Nominatives are those pronouns that make reference to the doer of the action, let's say the performer, the one that performs the action. So, for example, I run, who's doing the running? I am. He robbed me, who's doing the robbing? If I say he robbed me, who's doing the robbing? He or me? In this case, he is robbing me. So, accusative makes reference to the point of impact of the action. So, mainly that's the difference. Nominative, the one performing the action; accusative, the one receiving the action. Then, possessive pronouns will replace nouns. Okay, they are used instead of nouns. So, if I say that car is mine, that car is mine. In that case, mine is replacing car. That car is my car. Okay. Possessive determiners, however, do not replace pronouns. They are used together with. That's why they are in gray. We are going to be dealing with determiners in the next week, but they do not replace pronouns. They go together with pronouns. But possessive pronouns, sorry, do replace pronouns. All right. And then reflexive pronouns, we use them whenever the nominative and the accusative refer to the same entity. I looked at myself, all right? So, who's doing the looking? Me. And who am I looking at? To myself, to me, all right? So, reflexive pronouns are used whenever the doer and the receiver of the action, let's say, are the same entity, all right? And here we have the forms. Pay attention that here we have a distinction between the singular and the plural. The singular is going to end with F, and the plural is going to end with VES. All right? Now, Uh, well, having go to this activity, you can share your answers in the forum. What you need to do is to complete either with the accusative form, the accusative form, or the reflexive pronoun. I think. Okay, so have a go to it, and you can share your answers in the forum. And before we finish the video, there's another pair of pronouns that I think it's important for you to know. Um, this there's over here. There's a new restaurant in Hill Street. This expression or this construction, sorry, is called existential there. Okay, whenever we want to say that something exists, we're going to say there is, there are, there was, there were, there will be. Okay, the conjugation doesn't matter. What matters is the pronoun here, there. There is not making reference to a place, like there, I saw you there, is not an adverb, but it's a pronoun in this case. And it's pretty much semantically empty, okay? It's only used to make reference to the existence of something. A new restaurant in Hill Street exists, okay? So I'm just making reference to the existence of this restaurant. Existential there is called. Now, yes, I know. I've heard it's very good. Now, what is this it making reference to? Evidently, if we follow this dialogue, we are going to see that it's making reference to this new restaurant in Hill Street. It's very good. So it can have three different functions. Okay, the one in the example is called referential it. I bought this T-shirt for you. Do you like it? This it is making reference to the T-shirt. So we are using it in a referential way because we are making reference to what was previously mentioned. All right? But then we have, and it like the second case, it's going to rain. This is called prop it or damn it. And it's basically used to fill the role of the subject. All right? In English, we always need to mention what we're talking about. It's not like in Spanish. In Spanish, we could say vinieron, and vinieron either makes reference to them, all right? Because we know, because the ending of the verb is indicating already that it's a plural, that is the third person. But in the case of English, we always need a subject. Okay, we always need a word performing the role of subject. So whenever there's none, we can place the it. Okay, and this is a prophet or dame it. It's going to rain. It's not that the clouds will have the will to rain. Okay, but it's going to rain. This is an empty it. Okay, and another distinction is the anticipatory it. In this case, this it is making reference what's about to come. Would be like the opposite of the referential it. Referential it, we use it whenever we have mentioned something before. Anticipatory it, we use it whenever we are going to mention something forward on in the clause. Okay, later. It's you I care about. Okay, so this is it. It's making reference to my caring about you. Okay, it's you I care about. It is you. All right. So these are the three different uses for the pronoun it. Now, have I go to this one, to this activity as well? You have to complete either with there be or it be. Of course, you have to conjugate the verb be. Okay, don't forget about that. And you can share your answers in the forum as well.